Hello and welcome to today's Connect You course registration for the accounting programs orientation. My name is Drew Felton and I will be your host today. We're going to be covering the accounting programs offered at Pima, and there's three programs here. There's the Accounting and Associates of Applied Science, there's a bookkeeping certificate, and an enrolled agent tax preparation certificate. So what makes you an accounting student? Pima Community College accounting programs explore the principles of accounting, and they are skill sets for direct employment. So these are skills like payroll, computerized accounting, financial accounting, skills that you can use once you gain them and finish the program, you can go directly into an employment position. There are in-person options and online options. And this is a direct admission program, open enrollment, so there's no additional requirements, there's no additional applications. Once you declare accounting, you are in. So there's several advisors for the accounting programs. There's Beth Dohanik and myself, Drew Felton, and Beth advises in-person students with last names A through L, and I advise in-person students M through Z. And then we also have online advisors, Anna Brown, Jared Burton, and Angela Acosta, who assist 100% online bookkeeping certificate students only. We also have success counselors who are here to help you with personal and academic supports. Uvaldo Martinez is for in-person students, and Erica Martin is the success counselor for online only students. So there's a thing called an advising syllabus. It's three parts. There is the connect phase, the continue phase, and the completion phase. So the connect phase is at the very beginning. This is where we're at now. Your first semester, you're learning the ropes, you're learning about the programs, and you also have an enrollment advisor where you are meeting and getting your first semester schedule set up. And then after your first semester, after your first 15 units, you will hit the continue phase. This is when your program advisor becomes either Beth or myself or one of the Pima online advisors, depending on your modality. And here is where we help you choose classes going forward. We help you build academic planners. We teach you more about the supports available, such as tutoring and things like that. And we'll be with you until you graduate. And so this is the bulk of your time will be in the continue phase, as you're taking classes, as you're finishing classes, as you're finishing up your program. And then the final phase is the completion phase. So once you're in your final semester, taking your final class or classes, you will apply for graduation that semester with the assistance of a program advisor, and we will help you apply for graduation. We'll make sure everything is completed and that you're good to go. And at that point, if you are planning to switch to a four-year institution, we can connect you with a university transfers person and talk about programs there. We can also help you with the My Career Link, which talks about jobs and job openings and employment, things like that. And so the three programs we have, they are, like I said earlier, they're direct employment programs. And so in that completion phase, we mainly focus on the end of the Career Link employment and not necessarily transfers. So here's a couple things that are super important for you to know is your My Pima portal. That has everything. That's where you register. That's financial aid. That's resources. That's Connect You. That's PimaConnect. Everything, pretty much everything you need is through your My Pima portal. You can learn about the pathways. You can see what you still need to do. And then a second resource is also My Degree Plan, which can be found in your My Pima portal under Students and Academics. Your My Degree Plan lists everything you need to do to graduate. It lists your program requirements, your general eds, your core requirements. It also lists each specific course and also lists what you've done. So if you have transfer credits, it will show those. And it's a very important thing. So at the end of, when you hit that completion phase, phase 3 of the accounting syllabus, the advising syllabus, we will look at your My Degree Plan together, make sure everything has a blue or green check mark and that you're good to go. And so your My Degree Plan, very important. Advisors can also build you a academic planner in your My Degree Plan, which lists out every semester. We build it together. So if you want to take 5 classes per semester, we build out a planner with 5 classes. If you want to take 2 classes per semester, we build out a planner with 2. And so it lists out everything you need to do in the order that you need to complete them in. So your My Degree Plan, very important, as is your My Pima account. So what are the requirements to graduate? Depending on your program, some programs have the AGEC, which is the Arizona General Education Curriculum. It's all your gen eds. It was established by the Arizona legislature a while back, and it allows you to transfer to the 3 state schools in Arizona, U of A, ASU, and NAU. And once you complete your AGEC, and there's 3 versions of it, there's a liberal arts, there's a business, and a science AGEC, AGEC A, B, and S. And once you complete that, essentially what it says is you've done your general education. So when you go to the 4-year institution, you pretty much only have to focus on your major requirements at that point. The AGEC is for the transfer programs only. For non-transfer programs such as the AAS and accounting, we have career and technical education requirements. These are your gen eds as well, but there's less of them. And they're not as rigorous or as standardized. So for example, the accounting AAS requires writing 101 or 154, and business 151 is your math course, compared to the AGEC, which requires calculus and writing 101 and 102 specifically. And so these are your gen eds for the AAS. Every program also has core requirements. So these are classes that you have to complete the program. So for example, accounting would be accounting 105, accounting 211, financial accounting, classes that are the bulk of your major, classes that teach you the skill sets of your major. So that's what core classes are. Support classes are the classes that teach you skills but might not necessarily fall under the department of your major. So for example, like I said, under CTE, there is writing 101 or 154. These are writing classes not put on by the accounting department, but they still teach you writing skills, how to professionally communicate. And so these are support classes that will help you gain skills, gain knowledge, and help you move forward. And some programs have concentrations. The accounting programs do not, so we don't have to worry about that. But if you do complete the program or switch to another program that requires concentrations, they are essentially areas that narrow down your liberal arts in specific areas. So for example, like liberal arts, you can have a psychology concentration. So what about courses? For your first semester, and these are very dependent on your placement scores, your full-time part-time status, if you have transferred classes. But for the most part, in a perfect world, these are the classes that would be taken. Accounting 105, which is your survey of accounting, it's your intro class. You learn the basics about debits and credits, accounting, all the basics. It's the introduction. You also take accounting 150, which is all about payroll. You learn about payroll taxes, you learn about salaries, all of that. Then you also take business math 151, business 151, or a higher math course. But business 151 is the course recommended for the accounting programs. CSA 110, which is an Excel sheet. So a lot of accounting is done through Microsoft Excel. You learn formulas here. You learn shortcuts. You learn everything to do with Microsoft Excel, because that is one of the biggest skill sets you need to work in the accounting field. Then you can also take a writing class, either writing 101 or 154. If you are planning to, even if you're just thinking about possibly going to a 4-year institution at the conclusion of your accounting program, writing 101 transfers better. But if you are, again, these are direct employment programs, so either of them will work. And then the last class is called STU 100. It's an 8-week, 1-credit course that teaches you, it's all about college success. So you learn study skills, you learn habits, you learn how to read a college level textbook. It's all about skills to help you succeed at the college level. Now we're just going to cover a few terms. So there's some of the things you'll hear a lot throughout your time at college is prerequisites and co-requisites. Prerequisites are things that you have to take a course that you have to take before you can take a next course, or pre. So for example, here, writing 101 is a prereq for writing 102. So if you need to take writing 102, you must complete writing 101 before you can go to writing 102. Co-requisites are classes that you have to take at the same time together. So for example, Math 92 LB is the lab, which is the co-requisite of Math 92. So when you register for Math 92, you are required to also register for Math 92 LB, and they're matched. And so you take this class and the lab together, and they're co-requisites, meaning you take them at the same time. So how do you register? So the thing you have to learn, the first way is you have to search for classes. You can do that from the Pima website. You go to pima.edu, you scroll down, and there's a section that says schedule of classes. And so you click that, and then it takes you to a search engine, which shows you semesters. So you'll want to choose the upcoming semester, the subject, and for this example, it's writing 101. And you also want to put the subject, the course number, in this case 101. And then you click search, and these are the results. This is an example result. So CRNs are the section numbers. These are how you differentiate each class within Writing 101. So there are going to be dozens of Writing 101 sections each semester. And the CRN is how you determine which one you're taking and which time, day, things like that, and where. And so each CRN has a 5-digit unique code. It also tells you when it meets. So this example is Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8:15 to 9:30 a.m. between August and December. It also meets at Desert Vista campus. So writing all these things down and marking them is very important because this is where your class actually will be. There's also different modalities. There's in person, which is exactly that. You go to a campus, you go to a classroom, the instructor is there in front of the classroom, and you meet with your classmates in person. There's virtual, which is similar to in person, except that it's through the computer. You are required to log in at a certain day and time. So like if this class was virtual, you would be required to log in on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8:15 to 9:30. And that's virtual. There's also hybrid, which is a mix. So part of the week, each week you're in person, and then the other part of the week is all virtual. And so that's the hybrid. And then the last option is online, which is an asynchronous on your own time class. So every week or throughout the semester, your instructor will say, this is what you have to do this week, but when you do it is your choice. Status is really important because if it's open, it means you can register for it. If it's closed, it means you can't register. Seats available, also important because if there's seats available and it's open, you can register no problem. If there are no seats, you can put yourself on the wait list and in the hope of somebody leaving the class and you getting that seat. If you are on the wait list and a seat becomes available, you will be alerted via your Pima email saying you have 48 hours to register for this class because a seat has become available. So that's what all of this means. Approvals, sometimes there are approval required. So once the semester starts, you have to have faculty approval to join as a late start. If you need approval, there's a couple ways to do it. You can contact the instructor. You can also talk to an advisor and they can explain why there's an approval required and how to get that approval. And then if there's any prerequisites or co-requisites, they'll be listed under the info button. So this is what you'll do. You'll search for classes that you need to take, write down the CRN for the times that you want, and the next step is actually registering. So you go to your My Pima account, you go to students, then register and pay, and click register for credit classes. This will take you to Ellucian/Banner. So what you're going to do is you'll click register for classes once you're in Ellucian. And at that point, you choose which semester you're looking for. So for example, if fall is the next semester, you would choose fall of that year. And then you would input the CRNs that you've gotten in the last step and then click register and move forward that way. And here's a quick video on how to register.
Search for and register for classes. Log into your MyPima. Go to Students and Register and Pay. To search for classes, click on Online Class Schedule and scroll down. Make sure you have the correct term and location. For fall 2020, most classes will either be virtual or online. You can scroll or type in your code. This example will be STU 100. There are additional search criteria you can use to narrow down your search, and click Search. Scroll down to find a class that meets during a day and time that is interesting to you. Please note you will need the CRN number to register for the class, so please write it down. Notice the day, the dates, and the time. If your class is showing as virtual, it means you will be meeting with your professor and other students at that time virtually. If the class is listed as online, it is asynchronous and you will not need to meet at specific times. Make sure the class is open and that there are seats available. Come back to your MyPima and click on New Registration System and register for classes. Make sure your semester is correct and continue. There is a search function within this system, but is not as robust as the one we just showed you, so it is not recommended. Click on Enter CRNs. Enter the CRNs that you have written down and add to summary. You will see the course populate in the lower right-hand corner. When you have listed all of your courses, select Submit. Register for the course, and you'll see a status here. If there are any errors, you will see these here. If you want to drop a course, follow the directions, come to this list, select Drop, and Submit. You'll see the status is dropped.
So once you register, what happens next? You can, after registration, very important things have to happen. You have to make payments. Depending on when you register compared to the semester beginning, you have between 4 days and 14 days to either enroll in a payment plan, make a payment, or get financial aid established to cover you, to keep your registration, to keep your enrollment. So you can always view your schedule and look at your textbooks by going to your MyPima account, going to Students and Academics, and then the next part is how you can accept aid. So if you're receiving financial aid, you'll go to the financial aid tab. If you're receiving veterans benefits, you want to go to the veterans benefits. And if you're paying on your own, you want to go to the register and pay your account manager page. I can't stress this part enough. Step 3 is check your Pima email, because due to federal law, FERPA, Pima email is the only email that Pima staff will send things to, because this is guaranteed to go to you. We set it up for you. We know this is your specific email. And so this is also where instructors will contact you. Important information goes to your Pima email. And so please check it at least once per day, because important information will go there. If you need extra assistance, you can always find it on the Pima website. For example, this navigating digital spaces, it will give you more information about these topics. Quick thing, there is a difference between drop dates and withdraw dates. So a drop date is very important because you get a refund. It's early in the semester. It's like you were never in the class. It's usually about a week or two into the semester for a 16-week course. And so dropping, you get your money back. You also don't have it show up on your transcript. It's like you were never in it. Withdrawing, though, is different. When you withdraw from a course, you don't get a refund, and it will show up on your transcript forever as a W for that semester, for that class. And Ws can impact like financial aid, they can impact veterans benefits. And so it's very important to know the difference between drop deadlines and withdraw deadlines and when they happen. And you can always find that information on the academic calendar through the Pima website. So advising is a two-way street. There's you, the students, and the advisors, such as myself. And so we work together to help you be successful. And so your responsibilities are you have to kind of take ownership of your education. You have to know what you're going for. You have to know what you're aiming for, what your goals are. It's also your responsibility to register yourself and with assistance, and to come to appointments and writing down questions you have ahead of time and being prepared for our appointments, because ultimately, this is your journey, this is your education, and so we're here to help you, but a lot of it is on you, but we are here to help you go forward and reach your goals. And so that's the student responsibilities. As an advisor, my responsibility is to help you navigate policies in the college and see what you need to do. I will also help with what classes are required. I'll help you build a planner. I will talk about course recommendations. I will talk about prereqs and coreqs and when classes have to be taken. So, I haven't talked much about the enrolled agent program, but certain classes for that program, the enrolled agent tax preparer, has spring only or fall only classes, and I'll help you choose that. I'll help you know that. I'll help you with decision making. I will give you options and really help you try to complete your academic plan. But again, as an advisor, we're here to advise, we're here to help. And so that's what we do is we give you the information and ultimately you make the decisions, you make your choices. But we're here to help you. We're here to answer questions. We're here to give advice. And we will always be here to help you in any way that we can. So how do you get a hold of us? So the easiest way is to schedule an appointment through PimaConnect. If you go to your My Pima account, go to academics and then PimaConnect, you'll have a button that says a success network on the left. You'll click the three buttons. It's like 3 lines. You click that, it'll have a drop down menu and you'll choose My Success Network. You'll see either my name or Beth's name if you're in person, or you'll see your Pima Online advisor if you're an online bookkeeping student. And so once you find our name, your advisor name, you'll click our names and it'll take you to a spot that kind of gives you our profile, talks about our history, things like that in higher ed. But you can also schedule appointments through that with us. So it'll take you to our calendars, it'll show you what we have available, and you can click it. So for me, I have 3 options for types of meetings. I have phone appointments, Google Meet video chats, or in-person appointments. And so you get to choose how we meet and when we meet. And so that's how you can get a hold of us. You can also email us. Our emails were at the beginning of this presentation. We also have our phone numbers, our office numbers listed in our PimaConnect profile. So those are 3 ways to get a hold of us in a pretty easy way. And we are very responsive. So anytime you contact us, we will get back to you. So let's watch a quick thing about PimaConnection.
Aztecs, congratulations, you're more than halfway through the semester. At this point, you're probably asking questions like, what classes do I need for the next semester? How and when can I register? Can I talk to you about my program? Can I graduate? How do I ask for help? To make things easier for you, wait for it, Pima Connection. This powerful tool will allow you to schedule an appointment with me, receive important updates and advising notes, communicate with your success network, connect with other college resources. Go to My Pima, click Students, then Academics, then Pima Connection, and get started. Don't miss out. Visit Pima Connection now.
Did you think about the